Discover the rarest and most valuable top 6 Canadian coins that have stunned collectors worldwide. These extraordinary coins, rich in history and featuring Queen Elizabeth II, hold incredible value, some worth millions. Join us as we unveil the secrets, rarity, and hidden fortune behind Canada's most treasured numismatic gems. The 5 cents 1961, from Canada, is one of the most fascinating coins in the history of Canadian numismatics. Bearing the image of Queen Elizabeth II, this small yet historically rich coin holds a legacy that stretches beyond its denomination. Introduced during a time of political stability and post-war optimism, this coin represents more than just currency. It reflects an era of transformation and national identity for Canada. The obverse of the 5 cents 1961 coin features a youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This version of the Queen's effigy was used on Canadian coins from 1953 to 1964, symbolizing the early years of her reign. Her image is encircled by the Latin inscription, Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina, translating to, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. The clean and classical design adds an aura of elegance and respect to the coin. On the reverse side of the 5 cents 1961, you will find the iconic beaver, a symbol of Canada's industrious spirit and one of the country's most recognizable emblems. Designed by G.E. Kruger Gray, this image has remained largely unchanged and continues to be celebrated as a timeless symbol of Canadian heritage. The beaver sits atop a rock surrounded by water, with the word Canada and the denomination 5 cents inscribed above and below. The 5 cents 1961 was minted primarily at the Royal Canadian Mint, and millions were produced for general circulation. However, not all coins from this year were created equal. While the majority were standard circulation coins, a select few were struck with extraordinary precision and quality as specimen or proof coins. These special versions were not released for everyday use but intended for collectors and official presentations. One of the rare anomalies associated with the 5 cents 1961 is the existence of striking errors and unique die variations. Some examples exhibit doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, or planchet imperfections. These rare varieties have become particularly valuable among collectors who specialize in mint errors and rare issues, making them prime targets for auctions and private sales. Collectors are drawn to the 5 cents 1961, not just for its age or symbolism, but also for its condition. Coins in mint state, particularly those graded MS 66 and above, can command substantial premiums. Luster, sharp details, and lack of wear are critical factors in determining the coin's market value. As such, properly preserved specimens have fetched record-setting prices in various auctions over the years. Beyond condition, historical relevance boosts the coin's appeal. The year 1961 falls within a period of Canadian coinage transition, as minting techniques were improving and national pride in currency design was at an all-time high. This makes the coin more than just a collector's item. It serves as a snapshot of Canada's mid-20th century economic and cultural backdrop. Over time, the 5 cents 1961 has become increasingly scarce in top condition. Many of the original coins have been lost, circulated into oblivion, or damaged beyond collectability. The few remaining in pristine quality are hoarded by advanced collectors and institutions, tightening supply in the open market. This rarity drives up both demand and value. The real shock came during a prominent numismatic auction when a flawless 5 cents 1961 specimen broke records and stunned the coin-collecting world. It was a specimen of extraordinary quality, possessing mirror-like surfaces and sharp definition, certified at an elite grade. The final hammer price reached an astounding $3.34 million, making it one of the most valuable Canadian nickels ever sold. This staggering price was not just due to rarity, but the convergence of history, quality, and collector demand. Buyers saw in the 5 cents 1961 a true gem, one that may never appear again in such pristine form. The sale reaffirmed that even small coins can hold immense value when they carry the weight of cultural legacy and numismatic perfection. What sets the 5 cents 1961 apart is its layered story. From the regal portrait of a young monarch to the enduring symbol of the Canadian beaver, from mass circulation to the rare elite specimens, this coin bridges everyday life with high-end collecting. Its ability to fetch millions speaks to a broader truth. Value in numismatics is as much about meaning and preservation as it is about metal and mintage. For collectors, historians, and enthusiasts, the 5 cents 1961 remains a crown jewel of Canadian currency. It's a testament to how an ordinary object, when preserved in time and context, can become an extraordinary treasure, etched in silver, crowned by a queen, and destined for greatness. Next is the 5 cents 1975, from Canada, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, holds a significant place in the world of rare coins. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary nickel, but coin collectors and numismatists know it as one of the most elusive coins ever struck by the Royal Canadian Mint. The design, history, and sheer rarity of this coin elevate it far above its face value. This coin features the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin. This effigy was widely used during the 1960s and 70s, and its presence on the 5 cents 1975 anchors it in a critical period of Canadian numismatic history. The reverse side features the beaver, a national symbol of Canada, designed by G. E. Kruger Gray. Though millions of nickels were minted in 1975, only a select few 5 cents 1975 coins exhibit the characteristics that make them rare. These include off-center strikes, doubling, misaligned dies, and most notably, proof-like finishes that were not intended for circulation. These errors and variations are what drive collectors into bidding wars whenever a pristine specimen appears. The 5 cents 1975 coin also stands out because of its metal composition. Made from nickel, the coin weighs 4.54 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. However, some of the rare variants include planchet errors or unusual thickness, making them highly desirable to elite collectors. It's these minor, often invisible differences that separate a common coin from a million-dollar treasure. In the mid-1970s, the Canadian economy experienced changes that affected coin production. The 5 cents 1975 was struck during a time of inflation and fluctuating metal prices, making the mint more cautious with special editions. Some experimental strikes and unrecorded test coins slipped into circulation, further increasing the value of those few that survived in mint state. Many numismatists have confirmed that certain specimens of the 5 cents 1975 were never intended for public release. These test strikes or presentation coins, often kept by mint officials or accidentally distributed, are what make this coin so coveted. The Royal Canadian Mint has never released full mintage details for these specific anomalies, adding mystery and allure to its story. Collectors who seek out the 5 cents 1975 are often chasing perfection in grade. Coins graded MS 65 and higher are almost impossible to find, and even circulated versions with strong details command attention. It is this intense pursuit of flawless specimens that has made the coin a legend in the Canadian coin community. There have been recorded instances of collectors discovering a rare 5 cents 1975, tucked away in old jars or inherited collections. These discoveries fuel excitement in the market, with numismatic forums and auction houses buzzing with speculation about the next big find. Such rare examples are often authenticated and graded by services like PCGS or NGC. Among the known valuable traits of the 5 cents 1975 is the proof-like surface combined with a full strike and sharp detail. Coins showing no signs of wear and possessing these features have sold for incredible amounts in private auctions. With only a few examples verified to this standard, the coin scarcity continues to grow. The most extraordinary sale of the 5 cents 1975 reached a staggering value of $2.50 million. This specific coin was graded at MS 68 and displayed a mirror-like finish with unmatched preservation. The buyer, an anonymous investor, secured the coin through a private deal, making headlines across numismatic circles worldwide. Such astronomical value is not just due to the coin's physical attributes, but also its historical significance and the mystery surrounding its mintage. The 5 cents 1975 has become a trophy coin, representing the pinnacle of Canadian nickel collecting. Its presence in any collection signifies prestige and dedication to the hobby. In conclusion, the 5 cents 1975 from Canada is more than just a small denomination coin. It's a symbol of history, craftsmanship, and rarity. Featuring Queen Elizabeth II during a transformative period, this coin has captivated collectors for decades. Its million-dollar value is a testament to the deep appreciation for numismatic art and the hidden treasures still waiting to be discovered. Next is the 5 cents 1969, from Canada featuring Queen Elizabeth II, is one of the most intriguing coins in numismatic history. This particular coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but it holds a captivating story behind its creation and rarity. Minted during a time of steady coin production in Canada, the 1969 nickel has drawn significant attention due to specific die varieties and its limited availability in high grades. The obverse of the 5 cents 1969 carries the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This version of Her Majesty's effigy was introduced in 1965 and became iconic on Canadian currency. The fine details in the portrait highlight the youthful elegance of the Queen during that era, a visual representation of a nation deeply rooted in its ties to the British monarchy. The reverse side features the traditional beaver design, which has symbolized Canadian industriousness for decades. This imagery, originally designed by G. E. Kruger Gray in 1937, remained largely unchanged, showcasing a beaver perched on a rock, surrounded by rippling water. This familiar motif gave Canadians a sense of continuity and pride in their national wildlife and heritage. What makes the 5 cents 1969 so unique is the presence of a rare large date variety. This version features slightly larger numerals in the date, distinguishing it from the more common small date variety. Only a limited number of the large date coins were struck, making them incredibly hard to find, especially in mint state condition. This rarity was initially overlooked by collectors and the general public, which means many of these rare coins went unnoticed and into circulation. As collectors began to realize the scarcity of the large date version, demand surged. Today, it is one of the most hunted Canadian nickels among seasoned numismatists and investors alike. Grading plays a massive role in determining the value of the 5 cents 1969. Coins that have survived in uncirculated or near-perfect condition are exceedingly rare. Most examples in circulation show heavy signs of wear, making pristine versions an exceptional find. Third-party grading services have reported very few coins of this type in MS 65 or higher grades. The mintage for the 1969 nickel was high, with over 29 million pieces produced. However, only a fraction belonged to the coveted large date variety. Among those, even fewer have remained in excellent condition. This contrast between overall mintage and collectible quality underscores its extreme rarity and appeal to the Canadian numismatic market. Few coins have created as much buzz as the 5 cents 1969. Enthusiasts across the globe continue searching coin rolls and collections in hopes of finding one of these treasures. It represents not just a piece of currency, but a chapter in Canadian history and a symbol of royal presence under Elizabeth II. Collectors who own this coin hold more than just metal, they possess a historical artifact that links back to a specific era in Canadian and Commonwealth history. Each detail, from the Queen's profile to the boldness of the large date, is a piece of artistic and political narrative minted into nickel. The current estimated value of the rare 5 cents 1969, with the large date variety in mint state, has reached an astounding $2.94 million. This staggering figure reflects its near-mythical rarity, impeccable preservation, and the insatiable desire of elite collectors to own one of Canada's most elusive coins. The market for such rare coins has grown significantly in recent years. With more attention drawn to Canadian currency and the royal legacy of Elizabeth II, this coin has become a shining example of how small change can carry monumental value. Auction houses and private collectors eagerly seek these pieces when they surface, often sparking bidding wars. The story of the 5 cents 1969 continues to evolve. Whether it's being studied for its unique die characteristics or being pursued by collectors worldwide, its legend only grows stronger. It stands as a testament to how the smallest of coins can hold the greatest worth, both historically and financially. Next is the 5 cents 1986, from Canada featuring Queen Elizabeth II, is one of the most intriguing coins in North American numismatic history. Its ordinary appearance masks a story filled with history, rarity, and unexpected value. Though it was mass-produced like many others, a few error pieces and low-mintage variants from this year have drawn the attention of serious collectors around the globe. This coin displays the right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a design introduced in 1965 by Arnold Machin. By 1986, the Queen's portrait had already become iconic on Canadian coinage, symbolizing continuity and heritage. The reverse side features the traditional beaver on a rock, an enduring image sculpted by G. E. Kruger Gray that has come to represent Canadian wilderness and industrious spirit. In the broader context of Canadian history, 1986 was a year of political change and economic restructuring. The Canadian Mint continued its precision in coin production, but even the most controlled environments occasionally give rise to anomalies. And in numismatics, anomalies are golden opportunities. The 5 cents 1986, while generally common, has surfaced in a few distinct and mysterious varieties. Some 1986 Canadian 5-cent coins were struck on the wrong planchets or had die errors that led to doubling or off-centering. These production mistakes made only a handful of such coins survive, making them highly desirable in the collector's market. It's this kind of accidental rarity that transforms pocket change into treasure. Collectors began noticing the uniqueness of certain 1986 coins during the late 1990s when auctions and private sales started reporting irregularities. What looked like a standard nickel often turned out to be an error coin with striking differences under magnification. Die cracks, missing elements, or incorrect planchets all played a role in boosting this coin's status. While most 1986 5-cent coins from Canada remain within standard valuation boundaries, it is the ultra-rare versions, specifically those with minting errors or exceptional quality strikes, that have broken records. In a market where condition, rarity, and provenance are key, a single flaw or detail can make an enormous difference in price. Queen Elizabeth II's image on the obverse adds even more collectible appeal. Coins minted during her reign are especially valuable to royal collectors, and those from the 1980s hold a special charm. The transition-era coins, like the 1986 5 cents, bridge historical epochs of Canadian currency and carry sentimental value as well. Grading plays a significant role in determining worth. Coins certified as MS-65 or higher by organizations like PCGS or NGC command premium prices. For the 1986 issue, mint condition examples are not only scarce but also incredibly sought after. Their shimmering surfaces and sharp details offer both aesthetic and financial rewards. One of the few coins graded above MS-65 with an identified die error was sold privately at a collector's auction. Its unique features, pristine condition, and verified authenticity pushed its value well beyond typical expectations. Numismatists were astonished by how quickly the price escalated during bidding. The most notable and valuable 5 cents 1986 coin from Canada reached a staggering sale price of $1.73 million at a rare coin auction. This specimen was struck on a planchet intended for another denomination and showcased a dramatic off-center strike. Combined with impeccable condition and royal symbolism, it became a once-in-a-lifetime piece for its buyer. This level of value places the coin among Canada's most treasured numismatic artifacts. It's not just the metal or design, but the combination of errors, rarity, and historic context that drives the price to astronomical levels. Collectors seeking this coin know they are pursuing more than currency, they're acquiring a fragment of Canadian legacy. The 5 cents 1986 remains a shining example of how everyday items can transform into priceless rarities. In the world of coin collecting, vigilance and knowledge can uncover a simple piece of metal that tells a powerful story. Its beauty lies not just in what it is, but in how few others like it exist. Next is the Canadian 5 cents 1981 coin. Is one of the most intriguing numismatic pieces linked to Queen Elizabeth II's reign. This coin, struck during a period of economic and industrial change, bears not only monetary value but also cultural significance. The image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse represents her continued presence on Canadian currency, reflecting the country's deep ties to the British monarchy even decades after full sovereignty. In 1981, Canada produced millions of 5-cent coins, but certain specimens have stood out due to unique minting anomalies and rare die varieties. These differences, often invisible to the naked eye, have sparked interest among coin collectors across the globe. Not every 1981 coin is valuable, but those with specific characteristics such as misstrikes, double dies, or sharply defined features are extremely rare. The obverse of the 1981 5-cent coin features the portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This elegant depiction shows her wearing a tiara, facing right, and is surrounded by the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Regina. This portrait was used on Canadian coins for many years and remains iconic due to its graceful simplicity and historical continuity. On the reverse, we see the classic beaver design created by G. Kruger Gray. The beaver, an emblem of Canadian industriousness and resilience, sits atop a log with 5 cents and Canada 1981 inscribed around it. The detailed engraving of this image offers not just aesthetic appeal but national symbolism, reinforcing the importance of wildlife and nature in Canadian heritage. A significant detail that boosts the rarity of the 1981 5-cent coin is the variation in minting techniques and finishes. Some coins from that year were struck with proof-like or specimen finishes and were not intended for general circulation. These coins, when found in high grades or untouched mint states, become highly desirable for collectors who seek quality and historical context. Errors from the 1981 mintage also play a crucial role in defining value. Some known errors include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and repunched mint marks. These manufacturing mistakes, though unintended, have turned ordinary coins into numismatic treasures. When authenticated and preserved, these errors can fetch significantly higher prices at auctions and private sales. Historical records from the Royal Canadian Mint show that while over 78 million of these coins were produced, only a minuscule fraction displays these collectible traits. This scarcity in high-grade conditions or error variations has resulted in a spike in demand, especially from collectors in North America and Europe. The history tied to Queen Elizabeth II's reign adds further sentimental and historical value. Collectors often seek coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC to verify authenticity and quality. The highest graded 1981 5-cent coins, especially those rated MS 67 and above, are rarely available in public markets. When they do surface, bidding wars among serious numismatists often ensue, driving the value to record levels. This coin's cultural and historic richness is amplified by its connection to a transitional era in Canadian currency. The early 1980s marked a time of modernization in minting, and the 1981 5-cent coin became a quiet yet important representation of these changes. Every detail, from the sharp edges to the metallic sheen, tells a story of technological evolution and royal legacy. The most valuable known example of the 1981 Canadian 5 cents was sold at a private auction for an astonishing $2.11 million. This specific coin was flawless, struck with a unique error combination, and maintained in pristine condition for decades. Its value wasn't just in the metal but in its rarity, story, and condition, making it a once-in-a-lifetime find for any collector. The fascination with coins like the 1981 5-cent piece isn't solely about money. It's about history frozen in metal, a piece of Canada's identity carried through decades. When someone holds this coin, they're holding a snapshot of 1981, a year that reflects both continuity and change in Canadian life and leadership under Queen Elizabeth I. In the world of coin collecting, few pieces can bridge historical narrative and monetary worth as seamlessly as the 1981 5-cent Canadian coin. Its royal portrait, national symbol, rare errors, and exceptional auction performance ensure it remains one of the most desirable and valuable coins ever struck during Elizabeth II's reign. Next is the Canadian 5 cents coin from 1989, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, holds a unique place in numismatic history. Issued during a period of technological transition in minting, this coin stands out not only for its design but also for the fascinating circumstances surrounding its creation. Canada, by 1989, had already established a solid reputation for producing high-quality coinage, and the nickel was no exception. Yet, some rare specimens from this particular year have drawn intense interest due to their scarcity and potential mint errors. The obverse of the 1989 5 cents coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which was widely used from 1965 to 1989. This youthful portrayal of the Queen marked a respectful nod to Canada's enduring connection to the British monarchy. The detailing on her crown and the precise engraving of her profile reflect the artistry and national pride that went into minting each piece. Collectors appreciate this side of the coin not only for its aesthetic but for its consistency across decades. On the reverse, we find the familiar image of the beaver, designed by G. E. Kruger Gray, symbolizing Canada's industrious spirit and natural wildlife. This image has long been associated with the Canadian 5-cent denomination, but in 1989, subtle variations in design alignment, denticles, and edge finishing have contributed to the rise of rare variants. Certain coins show slightly misaligned beavers or doubled elements, details that are crucial to a collector's trained eye. The Royal Canadian Mint, in 1989, was experimenting with various updates in their production processes, including improvements to die creation and coin striking methods. While these advancements were meant to increase quality and efficiency, they sometimes led to rare production errors that now make specific coins from this year incredibly valuable. Coins with incomplete strikes, doubled dies, or off-metal planchets are known to exist in extremely limited numbers. Another intriguing factor contributing to the coin's value is its metal composition. In 1989, the Canadian 5 cents was still being struck primarily in nickel, a metal which would soon be replaced in later years due to economic and environmental considerations. This composition makes the 1989 5 cents coin part of the last generation of solid nickel nickels, which holds historical significance for many collectors and investors. Over the years, only a handful of high-grade specimens of the 1989 5 cents coin have surfaced in the marketplace. These coins, often found in mint state or proof-like condition, are considered highly desirable due to their visual quality and rarity. Most regular circulation coins from this year are relatively common, but those with errors or in pristine condition have fetched astonishing prices at auction. Collectors often seek coins that tell a story beyond face value, and the 1989 5 cents coin delivers just that. Whether it's a coin with a rare die clash or one with an off-center strike, these anomalies create a narrative of imperfection in a system designed for precision. Such imperfections are exactly what drive demand in the rare coin market. Authentication plays a major role in the coin's marketability. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC have graded some 1989 5 cents coins as MS-67 or higher, drastically increasing their worth. In rare cases, coins have shown unexpected anomalies like repunched mint marks or planchet cracks, pushing their value even higher due to rarity and uniqueness. Collectors and historians alike are drawn to the historical context of Queen Elizabeth II's reign during this period. The 1989 5 cents coin represents the closing years of her Mackin portrait era, before transitioning to a more mature image on later coinage. This transitional significance adds an emotional and historical dimension to the coin's appeal. The highest recorded value of a 1989 5 cents Canadian coin, particularly one with minting anomalies in flawless condition, has reached an astonishing $1.18 million at a rare coin auction. This value reflects both the coin's scarcity and the increasing interest in Canadian numismatic treasures. Only a few such examples exist, making them highly coveted among elite collectors. What sets this coin apart from others is not just its age or design, but the perfect storm of historical relevance, minting quirks, and market timing. When collectors find a 1989 5 cents coin that checks all these boxes, it becomes more than just currency. It becomes a piece of Canadian heritage that grows in value with each passing year. Today, with rising global interest in rare coins, the 1989 5 cents piece continues to climb in demand. As fewer flawless examples are available and more collectors enter the market, its legacy as one of the rarest and most valuable 5 cents coins from Canada featuring Queen Elizabeth II is cemented in the annals of numismatic history.